Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Talk About It. My name is Annabelle Wiskus. I'll be your host today, and I am so grateful that you are here and you're joining me today. If you are brand new to Talk About It, welcome. It is a post-grad student podcast that posts every single Wednesday, and I am so happy that you are here and you're joining me today. You guys, how are we liking the series? How are we liking episode 1? If you're looking at this and you're wearing the same exact thing basically as last week, yeah, I am recording this back to back to back. I'm going on a trip. I went on a trip and I needed to get all this done so that I could edit on the plane. And so we're doing our little intros back to back to back. So don't call me out on it, okay? At least I'm getting them done and I'm ahead of the game. This is like 2 weeks before this episode comes out and I'm just getting it out of the way. But I want to know what you guys think of this series. I want to know what you guys think of our beautiful, amazing guests. I'm truly so honored. And these are long episodes. These are long episodes. After my first one with Whitney, I was like, oh, so like this is just a full yap session. Like this is just, it's basically 2 hours long. You're kidding. And today's guest doesn't really cut any shorter than that. This is one of my really good friends, Kallie Miller. She does it all. She is a hype woman to all, and she is someone who I hold near and dear to my heart as someone who has inspired me over the years, just pursue my passion and just continue to pursue dance on top of that. She's never given up on it, and I think right now at this point in her life, she is someone who just loves what she does, and I think that is so inspiring, but it took her a long way to get there. And so with all that being said, let's welcome Kallie to this episode and let's hear how she followed her dreams. Let's get into this episode. Kallie Miller, welcome to Talk About It podcast. Hey. I am so happy that you're here. We just kind of like jumped into it. We literally just jumped into it.
We just jumped in.
We just literally started and jumped into it. Welcome. We have our Olippops on ice in a wine glass because
Cheers.
How else can you do it? I'm so happy that you are here. I'm so happy
to be here.
that you
Let's
are
do
joining me
it.
today. Kallie, for those who don't know who you are, explain. Who are you?
Who am I? Oh my God, what a question. Hi, I'm Kallie. I'm a dancer. I'm full-time in fitness. Girly swirly.
Literally all the vibes.
Period.
Literally
all the vibes.
Literally.
That's kind of my life is dance and fitness.
What an introduction.
That's all you need to know, really.
What an introduction.
That's a podcast, actually.
Literally, period. We're done. Welcome, Kallie. Now you love her as I love her too.
Perfect.
Oh my gosh. Literally, my bestie. We have so much lore
girl.
together. Literally, how long have we known each other? I think about that daily.
Like
how long?
4 years, 3 years?
4 years.
4?
Thank you, Chan. Thank you, Vibe.
Thank you, CNDT.
Thank you,
Vibe.
all the things that brought us together because
So
who would have
good.
thought we are literally duplicates of each other.
We're twins.
We're twins. Basically, if you want to know anything about us, we're twins. My girl. Literally, we're so alike. It's insane.
It's crazy.
Anyone who wants my energy, I'm like, go to Kallie and vice versa. We literally are just
like hang out with us.
the same. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm so excited to have you on. You are my second guest for this series. And
So
I
exciting.
seriously, I couldn't think of anyone better to bring on to talk about living your dream life because you made that life for yourself. And I feel like you are someone who embodies just loving what you do and with so much passion. And it's inspirational because it's not easy to do. And it's so confusing and you kind of figured it out. And I'm like, I want my listeners,
Spill
I
the
want
tea.
me to just, can you help? Can you just explain everything that you did? But we're going to get into that.
I love that.
I'm so excited. This is going to be such a fun time. So I have 3 parts for this episode. That's kind of like my theme. It's my theme for this,
I like it.
this series, the 3 parts. First, dream. You're a dancer, as you mentioned. Can you walk us through your dream of dancing? How you started, how you evolved, what you did as a dancer, as a student, etc. Literally give us all the information, all the tea.
It. All the tea.
Everything.
I'm going to spill the tea, really.
No, I really want all of it. I actually want all of it.
Okay.
I want to know everything.
Perfect. I can do that.
Perfect.
Okay, well, I started dancing when I was 3 years old, studio life.
Yes.
Living that life up until 6th grade, I did competition. And then in 8th grade, I tried out for the high school dance team. when I tried out for the high school dance team, I was just like the little nugget on the team, you know, just a little baby on the team. I was dancing like a little deer in the back row. It was fine. It was a moment. It had its moment in life. Yeah. And, you know, rocked the JV squad. And worked my way up from there. Get it, JV. Everybody needs to be on JV once in their life.
No, fair.
Fully convinced.
You do, yeah.
And so, yeah, then I saw the light at high school dance team and was like, I need more of this. I need more. I need to get on the varsity team. Yep. That's the goal. Yep. So I started working hard in the off season, going to clinics. I would like drive to like random studios to do like their dance team advanced training.
She's persistent.
She's persistent. She's giving persistence. She's giving I'm not going to give up. Yeah. And so that I would say actually is where like the dream making actually started. You know what I mean?
I want this and I'm going to get this.
Like, I want it. I got it. Yeah. That's the energy. Literally. So, yeah, I was like, Mom, sign me up for everything. JFK camp, like fell in love with that. I can get in that later. But yeah, I just did it all. And so worked really hard in the off seasons to then make varsity as a freshman. And I think I was still on that JV jazz team. And I was like, ooh, you're lighting a fire under me. I need to do more. And so I kept working hard in jazz. And then that year, my freshman year, we made it state and kick for the first time in school history, which was really cool. Our school was only 3 or 4 years old. So it was kind of a crazy thing.
When you were on Chan, you made it to state for the first time. That, oh my gosh.
Yeah, so Chan opened in 2009 with like 0 juniors or seniors at school. They let them stay at Chaska before they split the schools. Got it. So that they could finish out their high school career with everybody else they grew up with.
I did not know that. I didn't know. You're iconic.
I'm just giving I'm dropping all the notes.
And
I'm giving history.
As you're giving a history lesson, and as you should, because put respect on the name. Put respect on the name.
My history teacher would be so proud because I was not good at history, but I'll give you Chanhassen High School dance team history.
You are in the Chanhassen history book, though. Like, seriously. Period. Like, your name in bold.
I'm literally dead.
Immediately.
So that's a little history. That's the lore. And then 2012, we went to state for the first time. I lied. That was 2013. 2013, we went to state for the first time, and it was great. And then I was like, okay, I got to make varsity jazz. So then worked hard again, made varsity jazz, did all the things to do that moving forward as a sophomore, junior, senior. But when I was a sophomore, I was like, ooh, this college dance team thing looked cool. And like backstory, my parents are amazing. Neither of them went to college, and they made like very successful lives for themselves. So they're incredible. So the only colleges that I knew existed, I'm not joking right now, are the U of M and St. Thomas. And that's it. So I was like, I got to choose one. I got to make one of these
two great schools, though.
Roll. The U of M or St. Thomas. Those were my options in my head. Because that's all I knew existed.
Honestly, though, I feel the same, though, because, like, I didn't go to, like, clinics were not a thing.
No.
Clinics were not a thing. So you didn't travel like dancers do now to go experience all the states, everything above and beyond. You know what I mean? Like, you just kind of, you dealt with your hands and you were like, what's in front of me? What's in the state? And that's, like, kind of what you rolled with, you know? Which, it's completely different now, but I get that too, because I was like, what am I here and not making U of M? And I'm like, St. Thomas, I'm like, I hope they see something in me. Literally. You know what I mean? Yeah.
A mode.
So I totally get that, because that's so real.
Yeah, so sophomore year, you start thinking about those things, and you're like, okay, I got 2 options. Cool. Cool. Then my parents are like, no, honey, there's more than just 2 schools in Minnesota. There's a big world out there. So started going to the best show at the U of M, and just like, oh, okay. Then I started watching Mankato and was like, those are my people. I want to do that pom thing. That pom thing looks really cool.
Look at the poms. Look at the pom
It was giving kick dance without the kicks, and I loved kick in high school. So I was like, this is where I need to go. This is what I need to do. So started going to their prep clinics and just like trying to get noticed in some way, shape, or form. Back then it was hard because Instagram was like barely alive. We were barely. We were posting like Snapchats or snapshots of like my bunny. I had a bunny, okay? Don't judge. We listen and we don't judge.
She stole the show.
But like really, there was no connecting with like teams on Instagram, and I know social media is like gotten really big for dancers. Like they literally have dance pages on social media, which I think is so cool and so smart. that was not it in the 2014s.
It really
of the
wasn't.
world.
And if it was like that was your only account. Like it wasn't a separate account. Like you showed
that was the main feed.
My first username was D_A_N_C_E. That was my first username. So like that was my dance account. And then I was like, maybe not.
So if anybody out there wanted that username, it's too bad.
Sorry, I took it. I am the culprit. So sorry. Yeah. No, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And I posted like silly dance videos or like whatever, like the selfies that you would take.
Yes. No.
As a child.
Seriously.
I'd be like,
I would post turn sets
Dance is
on
life.
my main feed, turn sets like all the time, like on the main feed.
Stories weren't even a thing. It was the main feed, the main grid.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And
turn
the really grainy.
Yep. And it was
video.
the same turn set every time.
No, it was
a reverse box into like a triple or quad, and then you'd open it back up and you'd go into like an illusion. Or illusions were it back then.
You know the lore of that convention center with that one bathroom that like everyone posted like the photo of the splits. That was the most iconic.
If you didn't post that,
you didn't go.
No.
Literally. I think I still have a folder of like leaps and firebirds and tilts and stuff, me doing random things, like literally when there was still snow on the ground just outside in my driveway, just tilt with
oh my God, same.
Yeah.
Wait, I have one in a tutu in my yard. I can vividly see with a sparkly sports bra on, and it's a firebird, and like I look back at it and A, I'm crying, but B, girl, point your bottom foot.
I was like, what is that? God. What's it called? You're like when you have what's it called?
I have secondhand embarrassment.
I
from
do
my
have secondhand embarrassment.
Self.
No, but what's it with like your internet? Like how everything follows you in the internet. Your
web
footprint.
trail?
Your footprint.
Digital footprint.
My digital footprint is terrifying.
It's huge.
It's literally people will like the FBI definitely has dug that up and been like, what is
Who
that?
is this girl?
Girl, get inside. There's snow on the ground. No. And you were in socks, shorts, and a tie-dye shirt. Get inside doing like firebirds in your driveway.
We would go to the local Lifetime Chanhassen and whip out our turn sets, and we would take turns taking videos of each other doing leaps, and then we would screenshot like exactly where the peak of the leap was.
Hey,
of course.
that was what was obviously. In though.
Screenshotting, thank God, was there in 2013 because, good Lord, we know we needed it.
No, oh my gosh, terrifying to think of like all the people who probably have seen those photos of me. Anyway, we just got sidetracked. That's gonna happen like 80,000 more times. But anyway, you went to the best. You saw Mankato and you were like, my peeps. And that became your dream?
Yes, that was for sure the dream.
You're like, there's more out there.
I was like, there's more than 2 schools in Minnesota. This is fabulous because if you know me, you know.
Yeah.
I put a pin where Chanhassen was on the map.
Yep.
And I needed 3 hours outside of Chanhassen. That was my radius from home.
Yeah.
I have a little sister that's 5.5 years younger than me.
Queen.
You actually coached her.
I did
a little
coach
bit.
her for a sec there. Love her.
So that was super fun.
Iconic.
Kind of how we met, low-key. But anyway, I was like, I can't be out of her life that much when she's so young. She was literally like an infant when I left. She was in like middle school. She's like, where's my sister going? College? What is
literally,
that?
That is a serious age gap though.
Yeah.
Like
so
that is. Yeah.
That's my why of why I didn't want to go away from home too far is because I was like, I want to be a part of her life and like watch her dance in high school and all the things.
Totally.
So Mankato was kind of that perfect sweet spot for me, an hour from home. I know, call me a homebody.
I mean, me.
But like
30 minutes away from my home.
Hour from home, and they had a great program, and I just was like really inspired by the girls on the team. I remember specifically 2 dancers on the team were on Just for Kicks staff too, and so I would always go to Just for Kicks camp and watch them and be like, oh, I want to be like them. They're so cool. They're so talented. How can I do that? So I kept training, kept going to the clinics. I would go to like the U of M clinic and the St. Thomas clinic, and I was kind of like my top 2 schools at the end of the day was St. Thomas and Mankato. And I ended up going to Mankato tryouts. No, I lied. I went to a prep clinic actually.
Okay.
And the head coach was like, "Hey, do you go to high school with my brother?" And I was like, "Oh my God,
the connection.
Yes, I do."
Oh my gosh.
And then the 2 cuties from JFK camp that were my instructors were like, "Hey, you went to JFK camp," and I was like,
"You recognize
Oh my God,
me.
this is so cool."
I love that.
So then, that feeling when you're at a clinic, you start making those connections, and then getting like picked for like the special groups and stuff,
Yeah.
when you're like 16 years old, like that
Yeah.
matters.
Yeah, it does.
And
yeah.
so I was like, oh my God, I think I have a shot. I think I
Yeah.
can do this thing. Kept going back. Senior year, went to like a football game with my bestie to check it out, like what the vibe was. Like, I loved the school. My mom kept asking me, if you don't make the dance team, would you go to school here?
Yeah.
Because that's like most important.
That has to be. Yeah, I know. So many people choose things for sports, and it's like, I'm happy that they're like, you do have to learn about the education, because it's not just about dance
just
life
dance
or
as
any
much
sport.
as we would love for that. It's just not.
No.
So I checked it out. I went to a football game, like loved the school, loved the facilities, was like, no, I can 100% see myself here.
Yeah.
See myself doing all the things here.
Yep.
And that's what I did. So then I
Love
went and
that.
tried out. I remember vividly, this was like kind of a mortifying experience because every round of tryouts I would make a friend, and every round of tryouts that friend would get cut. So I'm so sorry. I was like the person to not make friends with. Like, it was horrible. I was like, Mom, I keep making all these friends and they keep getting cut. And my mom's like, it's okay. Like, you got this.
You're getting comfortable with these people. You're like, maybe they'll be my teammates. And then you're like, okay, I don't know anyone.
Yeah, I'm like,
back
SOS.
to square one. Yeah. Oh
my social battery
gosh.
empty, and I've got a big social
You do
battery.
have a big, yeah. We both
So I
have
was
big
like,
social
oh,
batteries.
SOS. So yeah, I remember I drove up, went to tryouts, was like so nervous, had my like little outfit picked out for weeks. You know? I picked
love
like
that.
a green top.
It's
because
like the
I was
most exciting
that's
feeling.
Different.
Yeah, you stand
I was
out.
like, everybody's gonna wear pink. I'm gonna wear green. I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna be that girl.
Cosmo and Wanda vibes.
I was really into no, literally,
Fairly Odd
literally. I was really into like the Kelly Green moment there.
Oh, Kelly Green.
But that actually like became a moment recently.
no.
I was ahead of my time.
You were. You are the inspo, the trend setter, if I dare say.
No, actually,
Literally.
I look back and I'm like, why did I wear that?
You know,
but that's okay.
There's a lot of things I feel like we have to question why we wore.
There's like a bun at the top of my head, like literally the top center, like almost to my forehead.
Iconic.
So that was the vibe. That was the energy. It was super tight. My head hurt so bad.
Yeah.
And then my mom like met me in Mankato that night.
Yeah.
We did like a little pizza moment.
Yeah.
And then I like went in the hot tub because I'm like, I'm sore. Your girl's sore. I practiced my little booty cheeks off.
Hey, as you should.
And then went to bed and woke up the next morning, was like, okay, so I better make friends with people that are actually on the team.
Yeah.
Should probably start doing that. So did that. That was really probably a good move.
Yeah.
Because then we made the team.
Yeah, and you beat the rest is history, right?
And the rest is history. It was so great.
You had such an iconic time dancing at Mankato too. Like,
was
you guys,
so
how many
fun.
titles did you win?
Just once, actually. And we only won my junior year. I feel like it was really a part of like the rebuilding moment for Mavericks. So my freshman year, I think we got third and like sixth in jazz.
Yeah.
And so we were like, holy crap, we need to do something different next year. Ended up having kind of a weird situation where our coaches ended up leaving, a lot of the team ended up leaving, and we had to rebuild. So do I think that was stressful for me as a sophomore in college? Yes.
Yeah.
Do I think it was a blessing in disguise? Yes.
Yeah.
We rebuilt. We we got a coach that was really passionate about doing all of the things.
Yeah.
And so that year was like our year where we came out and we were like, I'm ready to attack. We grew the program in not necessarily rankings, but like in culture. Yeah. In culture. So and I think that's really important.
It
then
is.
Sophomore year, we got our feet underneath ourselves with a pretty much brand new team.
Yeah.
Junior year, went out, got new POM choreographer, and obviously jazz choreographers have been phenomenal forever.
Yeah.
And we went out there and we won POM, and we got second in jazz by like mere hairs.
Oh my gosh.
So that was really, really, really cool. My junior year, I was like fired up about that. And then senior year, we got second in jazz and third in POM, I believe. Wow, that was so long ago. It's hard to remember. But definitely a time in Mankato dance where we were like trying to make a name for ourselves and doing the thing. The POM National Championship was only the second one that they've won at UDA Nationals. That was back in 2019. And now, since then, one of my former teammates, shout out Maddie. She's the bomb. She took over. I was a captain with her. She took over the team and like she took it to the moon and stars and beyond, because they're doing such amazing things.
They really are.
And really cool
they're
to watch.
lethal. Like they are the teams now are so lethal. And like I just, it's so interesting because it is so important to be part of the building years. Like, even though they are building years, and even if they don't come out with rings, like, that's how the programs get big. And, like, that's how you learn what's yes and what's no. That's how you learn how the division works and how your competitors work. And, like, those are the years that matter the most. And I feel like I won a title, D1 title on St. Thomas. My other title was the COVID year. So it's a title, but it was like a completely different experience, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, that was just like a completely different year for everyone. But it's like there's been a lot of rebuilding years, and I feel like those are the years that I take the most out of it. You know what I mean? It's not just about killing your body and like working really hard and, you know, putting everything that you have onto the dance floor, but it's like the behind the scenes of like, you know, the motivation and the grit and like the determination and like the mindset shift that you have to have of like, it's not just about winning, but it's like, how do we build this and build each other, you know, through these years. And I feel like those are the years that like people overlook, and like these are years, Kendall, you know what I mean?
No, literally.
I feel like those are like the most important times to like hold on to, you know?
Yeah, 100%. And I think that it's so easy to chase the dream, and chase the big goal of getting that first place medal and having your name called last, and and that feeling. And yes, it's phenomenal. And like we both know, like that's something so priceless. I literally cry every time Mankato wins still. I graduated an embarrassing amount of years ago, 6 years ago, and I've cried every single time they've won a national championship since, because you're proud of the program that continues to build, that continues to grow. So I feel like that's part of the dream, is the baby steps and the
and
building.
they can't do it without the alumni that came before. Like they couldn't do that without the people that came before to build that starting legacy. And like that's something that I noticed more when I graduated and when I was like now an alum. Like I was like, oh, St. Thomas, like it's not just about the hard work that you're putting on the team, but it's also about every single person that came before you and like their grit and like, you know, everything that they trialed and aired out, you know what I mean? So I think that that's so important. And now I'm like, I'm also like beaming with pride. Like even the fact that St. Thomas is still a top competitor like in D1, and like people watch the videos and they watch their dance and are like, we love St. Thomas. Like that's like the best feeling, because it's like, yes, so do I. You know what I mean? Like
you're like, yeah, me too. Join the club. Join the club.
Join the club. What's something that you think you took away from Mankato dancing? Like when you left, what was like a lesson or like an experience or something that you've taken with you since then?
That's like a really good question.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I've done this once or twice before.
Thank you so much. I just came up with that on the spot.
I would say, honestly, like the importance of grit and having grit and grinding through whatever the heck comes at you, whatever battles, whatever complications come your way. Like you just continue to grind, and the hard work that you do when nobody's looking is more important than like the shiny medals and like the rings afterwards. I actually had a moment this week where I was like thrown back to my college dance days. We'll get more into my career later, but I went to a 5 a.m. alpha conditioning class. I know.
Lord.
I know. But we used to have 5:30 a.m. lifting when I was in college. And so those lifting days, I was like, we would wake up, we'd go to lifting, you'd feel accomplished before the sun rose, and then you would obviously go back to bed. You're a 20-some-year-old child. Like, you're like, yes, I'm going back to bed. And I did just that the other day, and it reminded me of, like, the dedication and the, like, discipline that I've learned from dance in general, even since I was a little kid. Like, the discipline that you learn from dance is so important to your everyday life, because, like, you work out, like, many, many times a week, too. And I think that, like, dancers, we're, like, group fitness fiends. Like, we were made for group fitness.
We're like on crack.
Because it's like fulfilling that cup. Like it's making you overflow again, just like dance used to.
100%. Yeah. I definitely agree with that. I think that you can learn anything in any sport. I know every single sport is different in so many different ways. And so like I could never do what a hockey player does. I could never do what a soccer player does. Like, they're so different, which is why every sport is so amazing in their own way. But there's something, and I kind of, relay these three in the same category for a different reason, but like gymnastics, dance, and like cheer even. Yeah. The mental blocks that you have to overcome and like the grit that you have to get through things, because your goal is to be perfect, and that's an impossible thing. You know what I mean? Like, that is such a hard thing to overlook and to overturn and to move past. And I think that the lessons and the grit and like the determination that I've pushed through to avoid, you know, allowing the lack of perfection to affect me as a person.
That
like
mic drop.
And just in general, like such comparing sports, like to other people, their bodies, their looks, their perfection, you know, like everything is such, it can be so hard and draining. And I think that that's why, and I might be missing some sports too, but like that's why I think those 3 sports are difficult for their own reason, because I'm like, not like, yes, every sport has something you have to overcome, but like mentally trying to be perfect, because that's what you're being scored on.
Yes,
it's like
exactly
being perfect,
like the girl next to you.
Yes, and like for those who don't know scoring for dance, you literally start with a perfect score, and the judges bump you down. Like they're like, nope, knocked that because oops, Shotty's angle was off. Oops, didn't see the vision, didn't like the transition.
She dropped her passe.
Yes, I don't like the costume. I don't like the creativity. I don't like this. It's so opinionated.
You're subjecting yourself to a lot of opinions in dance, and I think dancers are some of the mentally toughest people. I also think that it like taught me to like leave whatever is going on in the world at the door, because I know we all have had like really hard moments in life, whether it was like some family death, or like honestly we had to put our dog down before a practice. Like those are real things that you feel,
distracting,
and then you have to go to practice and like put it all to the side and really put your team first. And I think that the team first mentality, like that teaches you something in life, because like now as professionals, you have to show up to work, even if you're feeling sad or happy or mad or whatever it might be. And I'm not saying that I feel all those feelings in a day. That would be insane. But when you show up to work, like putting those things to the side and like letting yourself be your best in the moment that you're in, and then dealing with those things when you go home.
100%.
I think that there's some beauty in being taught that from a young age.
Definitely. 100%. Wow, what a wallop of like a beginning conversation.
We crushed it.
Oh my God. Are you engaged yet? Are you interesting? I think we actually killed that. Oh my gosh. After that yap sesh, after that little convo there, I want to transition to talking about how you transitioned from being an athlete to a coach and to a teacher. And because that is also, I feel like, a related passion between us. Like we love coaching. We are such passionate people. And like, I know for me, when I went from dancing to coaching, that was such an easy transition because I'm already such a motivated teammate. Like I'm very vocal, and you're the same. So I wanted to kind of like ask about that transition and how you got into it, because I know you got into it at a very, very early stage, and you like still teach to this day. Like you just love teaching dance. So like tell us a little bit about that in your experience.
Yeah. So when I was in high school, I attended Just for Kicks camp every summer. It was the best week ever. I was like literally so obsessed. Yeah. Like every year it was a countdown to Just for Kicks camp, obviously.
Literally.
So when I was a senior in high school, I did the all-state dance team, and there was an opportunity to be like, hey, I'm interested in coaching Just for Kicks camp. And I'm like, yep. I will be signing up to say, hi, I'm interested. If you want me on your staff, I will be on your staff.
100%. Yeah.
So got to do staff right away out of high school. I was like 18 years old. And that's like a weird stage, because that's when you're literally coaching other 18-year-olds potentially, because they're seniors in high school and they might have been older. So I think that was like the best learning experience for my career coaching in general, because you're putting yourself in front of thousands of kids. Like I think it's like 700 to 1,000 at Brainerd camps. And it was like a lot of people, and like stage fright for real at that point in life. Literally, like, not really super confident yet. Like really just trying to get my grounds in coaching and what my voice sounds like as a coach. And so, you know, taught a bunch of like beginner kick dances and jazz. And then as I grew in college, got the opportunity to do more elite and advanced level classes over there. And that was something I just looked forward to every single summer. I feel like really when I was in it, I was like, oh my God, I was made to do this because it's just like high energy. The days are so long, but it's so rewarding because you watch kids grow even over 4 days.
Totally.
So in that moment, I'm like, yep, I'm going to be coaching dance forever. Amen.
This is my thing.
So did that. That was great.
Uh-huh.
And then when I was a freshman in college, I was coming back once in a while to help over at Chanhassen High School. And that's where I went. And obviously, obviously. And I just would like observe practice and give my 2 cents and count counts. And Coach Kelly would leave and I would be like counting all the counts out. And then she's like, do you want to coach? And I'm like, yes. Let's make it happen.
Thank you for asking. Yeah.
I
was
would
waiting.
die to.
I was waiting.
So I did just 2 days a week when I was in college, which like on top of a college school load and
your commute,
dance team and a commute is like a lot
for
a college age kid. But it was like such a happy place because it was a different vibe than dancing myself. And I always was like, especially in college, I don't know if I love coaching as much as I love dancing. I really love dancing, but then as I grew more in it, I was like, no, coaching is amazing because you watch those kids. I was doing JV rosters at the time, and you watch those kids grow so much over time where you're like, oh my gosh, we really made an impact. Like we just getting to visibly see them grow was like so rewarding. So I'm like, yes, this is what I'm doing. Did that all through college. And I remember just a really fun moment was always the Edina invite because we would dance at the Edina invite and I'd be coaching. So I felt like Hannah Montana. Like I was wearing
literally the most
2 wigs and I was going from coaching to dancing, to coaching to dancing.
And like, your kids would cheer you on too. Like, oh my gosh.
They thought it was the coolest thing ever. That was like the loudest crowd ever. It still is. Like, I don't even think you can get a parking spot these days.
Personally, I like Edina Invite better than Best the Best because
was just so cool.
There's nothing better than feeling the electricity from the crowd right in front of you. When you're like in Best the Best, it's amazing, but it's like you're not next to the people. They're further away. So you're kind of like in your own planet. Edina Invite is literally the best feeling in the world. And the fact that you were able to do both, cheer on your team and cheer on your team, you know, cheer yourself on as well, you know. That's like such a fun Hannah Montana moment.
So
literally Hannah Montana.
Magic.
No,
it was
actually,
so magic.
Yeah.
So once I stopped college dance team, I almost like quit. I didn't quit. I graduated. Girl had to move on.
She did.
My mom was like, you cannot do a 5th year because you need to move on. You need to do other things. And I was like, are you sure?
Yeah.
But, you know, that what would have been my 5th year would have been COVID year, so where Mankato chose not to go to nationals and save their routines for the following year when hopefully everything was back to normal. So retrospect,
they didn't do video.
No. So retrospect, happy that I just closed the chapter.
We would have been against each other that year, just FYI, because we weren't D1 yet. If you did 5th year, like we would have been against each other.
Ooh.
No, but that would have been funny.
So
I feel like that would have added more to our lore.
Yeah, honestly, add to the textbook.
Just add it to the receipts. Like literally, that would have been so funny.
So I guess I didn't quit college. It seemed like I was graduated and moved on. And when I got done with college, I'm like, okay, so I've gotta still do this dance thing. So continued coaching Chanhassen dance team and did random side gigs. I would do I did some Just for Kicks stuff with I would still teach their summer camp for a while too. And then I was also doing like an off-season kick team at JFK.
Cool. Okay.
Worked some privates at the Vibe. I've done kind of a lot of number of things.
Yeah.
And then I've still been teaching dance to this day. We just had off-season kick team start last week, which is 2 weeks ago, but insane. I
so
love
cool,
working with those kids. They are so fun. They're so driven. Like if you're wanting to kick in the off season, like you are committed to the bit. So that's been super, super fun for me to just continue to pour into young dancers. I've watched a couple of kids that I've been doing privates with make their college teams, which like makes me such a proud mom. I actually got to go watch college and nationals this year. And so to see them in person, like following their dreams and chasing what they wanted to do, it just makes my heart full because I was like in their shoes once too. So
it's literally like you see a little bit of yourself in them. And which is just so fun. It's like you just get to relive the magic of like why dance is so powerful and why it's so amazing, and like the connections that you make and just the people that you meet along the way. Like the community's so small.
So small.
So
big, but so small.
It literally is that you're like, you know so many people and you have so many connections and you have so many cheerleaders. And it really is like, even when you're against teams, like you know people on certain teams, and so it's like it's not like a rivalry. It's nothing crazy. Like everyone's friends with each other, and you know, like you just share the same passion of dance. And there's just I really think there's nothing like the dance community because we're so intertwined.
What other sport do the coaches cheer on the other coaches?
Facts.
Like, what other sport? Like my social media since state high school dance team and even college nationals has been filled with coaches cheering on other coaches, and I think that is magic.
100%. What's your favorite thing about coaching? Do you like choreographing routines? Do you like private lessons and skills? Do you like you know, like what part of coaching do you like the best?
I like how,
or just cheering.
All of it. I love cheering, and that's what I miss about coaching high school dance team right now is like cheering. On the table.
Eat it up at the table
because my God, if I could just jump over the table and do the kick set with them, you know, I sure as heck
doing the dance as I'm banging on the table.
Correct.
If you don't know what happens at a dance team competition, basically coaches are at a table in front of the dancers as you watch the routine, banging
on the table,
and like cheering at the top of their lungs. Dancers can't even hear a thing. I will say that. Like I'll be like, "Did you hear me?" And they're like, "No, I blacked out." And I'm like, "Oh, awesome! So I just lost my voice." But, you know, for the fun of it, you know what I mean? For the aesthetic, fun. Yeah. But actually, though, like there isn't. I don't know if there's any sports that have coaches that are cheering each other on and that excited and that passionate.
Yeah.
You know,
I think that's one thing I love about coaching is definitely like the watching the performance, getting to cheer them on, that
seeing
side
your work,
of it. Inside of privates, I specifically love working with dancers that are looking to dance in college someday. I feel like that's really a sweet spot for me because you can push them to do things. You can say, go again. You can be a little bit harder on them and they take it like a champ
they want to,
because they want it really bad. So that's kind of like my niche, what I love to do in terms of teams. Cleaning. What's your angle? Where's your eyeballs? On
you
count
are good
one.
at that.
I love cleaning.
You are good at that. I try to be as nitpicky as possible, but I'm better at just having people run it. Like I'm an endurance person because I'm like, do it.
But every coach has their role.
Yeah. But nitpicking, I'm like, I don't know. Like I don't know which one looks better. Like, I need someone to tell me what looks better because I'm like, it's an angle. Like
honestly, half the time I'm like, okay, what is 3/4 the team doing? That's what we're doing.
Yeah, that's so true. That's so true.
I mean,
I always didn't like. And this is so necessary, but I always didn't like when it was like choose one person to look at because I'm like then everyone has to change.
Yeah,
but
sometimes it
is so necessary because there is like sometimes there are people who are like just getting really low. There's people who are like, you know, whatever, their angles just are better. But I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm always doing it wrong.
You're like, why?
I'm never the person.
Yeah, I always had some quirky things going on.
I was a funky dancer.
Yeah, I had some quirky things going on for sure. Unless it was like clean cut, like palm. Yeah. Jazz is an interpretive. And I would have some moments with my head where it was like
funky
awkward.
Angles for sure.
And they're like, "What are you doing, Kallie?" Like, do it again. I was that kid.
I'd add my own spunk to it. I'd add my own vibe, and they'd be like, "That's
flavor."
Not. Yeah, it's called style. It's called full out. Okay, you want me to go full out? This is my full out. It's wrong. Lord, oh my gosh, my poor coaches. They'd literally see me in a video and be like,
yeah. They're like, you're yelling at kids to do it different. That's cute. That's funny.
That's hilarious, actually. Good try.
Not surprising, though, because both of us were like the vocal individuals on our team. Like, literally the entire palm full outs, I would be like screaming.
Oh, yeah. Remember when we coached together? Oh. That's also part of our lore. We coached together.
We did coach together. Jazz team.
What an amazing year. What an amazing story. And Anna.
Yeah, the best.
She mellowed us out. She literally
was like, you guys get back on track. And we're like, but what if we did this on 7?
She's like,
and then it exploded. And she's like,
maybe stay simple here. I love Anna.
Oh my God, she's the best. You and I were like, literal, like, doing cartwheels.
I'm going to say it again. We were on crack. And she was the one that was like, okay, let's figure it out.
Great idea,
but bring you back down to earth real quick. Oh my gosh. But the kids, I love those kids. And now they're in college dancing.
I know. And I saw some of them at nationals. Yeah. Tears.
No, I saw some of them at Edina and I like yelled their name and I was like, oh my God, I'm so proud of you.
Literal tears.
Literally.
Yeah.
I feel old. I'm aging myself.
Yeah. I've had dancers that I've coached in high school get married. Yeah.
I don't know what to say to that.
That's like literally insane. That's how old I feel right now. Yeah,
know
I mean, I started coaching in 2017, 18, so that's about right.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's always the marriage and engagement that ages
That
you.
makes
You're
you
like,
feel so old.
oh my
You're
God.
like, seriously?
Literally. Such lore. Dance, I could talk about dance literally this entire time.
We could sip and yap
We
about
could
dance.
literally only talk about it. Maybe that needs to be a different episode, just our takes on it. Maybe we need to watch UDA routines
Oh my God.
and talk about our takes on them.
Oh my God, I love that.
Wait, okay, we'll pinpoint this after. T, maybe you'll see Kallie again. Amazing. So that is kind of like a wrap up of like your first dream, right? Would you say?
Yeah, my first dream, making college dance team, check.
Yes.
Coaching,
check. That's kind of like
Did
gave
all
you
the
your brand
things.
identity and like who you are and like
Yeah.
kind of built your stamina for what you wanted in life, I would say, right? Wouldn't
For
you say?
sure. I mean, when I was dancing, I was like, how do I keep this alive
Yeah,
forever?
literally. That
still
is the
do
question.
my splits every week just
See,
to make sure.
I've humbled myself and I struggled on my left split, so I need to get back to work at it. But
We can stretch together. I'll invite you over. We'll
I
stretch
did a
together.
yoga class today because I was like, I need to
Oh, good for
stretch.
you.
No, yeah, and I was sore. Like I was like,
Oh,
no,
immediate
this
soreness
lunge
sets in.
this is not a lunge. This is like a triangle. Like I don't. Lord,
Not to
yeah.
be confused with triangle pose.
Yeah, I know. It wasn't. They weren't asking
They
for
didn't
triangle
ask
pose.
for that.
They were
That's what we
asking
gave
for a
them.
lunge. Yeah, could not really do it. I was struggling.
Relatable.
Yeah, and we, in the mix of all of that, you were building your career. So now we're kind of transferring to your second dream of what you do for work, and
Oh my
you've
God.
done a lot. I actually interviewed Kallie. I literally have talked about your career before. Remember when I did that? I can't remember. It was a school
Oh my
assignment.
God, for a school assignment.
It was
You
a
were in
school assignment.
college. We were
Yes.
coaching together at the Vibe.
Yes.
And you were like, I need to interview somebody about their career path.
Yes.
Would you like to
For a
chat?
speech. It was for a speech. It was like it was for my communications class.
Oh my God. And then you sent me a video of it or
I
something.
did
and
send
it
you a
was like
video
the
of it.
cutest thing ever. I was blushing so hard. I'm like, oh my God, you're so nice. Oh.
Kallie, your literal like your route to get to where you are now is seriously you've done it all. Like you've literally done it all. And it's insane. And I'm like, okay. Like actually, how did you do it? And I want to know. So take us into
We're gonna go step by step.
I want to know your step by
because
step.
I think every step was super important in the
it was,
process.
yeah.
Graduated in COVID, and
Yes.
I'm like, okay, every company that I've ever heard of in my life, which was like 7, because remember, I was pretty sheltered with the college thing. So I knew of like Best Buy and Target and Ecolab, and that's about it.
Basics,
So
yeah.
3.
Yeah.
I had 3 options.
Which one is it going to be?
And they were all doing like layoffs in COVID, as
Yeah.
every big company was doing.
Every place is doing.
And I was like, Mom,
Yeah.
Dad, holy crap.
Mm-hmm.
What am I going to do?
Mhm.
What am I going to do? So graduated with my marketing degree.
Love it.
Was super excited about all things marketing.
Yeah.
And wanted to go more like event planning, social media management,
Yeah.
like every young
Yeah.
college kid wants to do. And reality set in 2020 that I was not going to have a job like that,
Yeah.
no matter how hard I tried. And I was like, okay, so I'm going to go into sales because I know I can lean into my personality.
Mhm.
If I go into sales, I could talk to the wall and I could maybe make it talk back.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was like,
100%.
that's the other way I can go. And my
Mhm.
my professors at Mankato were always like, you need to go into sales. You would do
Mhm.
so well. So I started out at Life Touch, selling school photos
'kay.
to schools that were closed in COVID. Let that sink in really quick.
Schools that were closed.
They were closed. So you would call them
Awesome.
and they would be like, yeah, we have no kids. How are we supposed to have
Yeah.
school photos this
How do
year?
we do this? Yeah.
And then you'd go into the pitch about the touchless picture day, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that taught me grit, and that
Yeah.
brought the grit back from my dancing days
Totally.
of like, okay, you have to make something happen.
Mm-hmm.
How are you going to make it happen?
Yeah.
You got to make money. You have to make some sales. How are you going to make it happen? So yeah, did that. Definitely learned a lot through the process. They did really great with like giving us sales training. So I was really lucky to start with like a younger sales class. So like everybody was my age. We would like go out to Maynard's and get drinks and stuff. Like good times.
Maynard's.
But we were all working remote. So like
Yeah.
we wanted to like see
You had
each
to have the
other in
socialization.
person to
Yeah.
like I don't know, make connection
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
make friends.
Know your team.
So yeah, my competitive self came out in that role for sure. I had a bestie at work, and we would like once in a blue moon like tell nobody that we were going to do a calls competition, and then we would compete against each other about how many calls we could get done in a day.
That's so fun.
And then our manager would be like, "Oh my God, Kallie and Cam got 100 dials before noon," and we were like, "Heck yeah, we did." We would just like secretly compete.
What
and
a way to make it fun though during a time that's just not fun.
It was not fun. That was a brutal time in life for everybody for a number of reasons. So yeah, that would make it really fun. Again, just learned so much in that role about myself, about what I wanted in a career, what I didn't want in a career, the vibes of, you know, do I want in office? Do I want at home? What's the energy? And so did that for about a year. And while I was doing that, I was also working on my certification for personal training. Because something told me I had to do movement. I originally started studying physical therapy in college and got to chemistry and was like, nope, I'm going to quit this dream. That's a dream I quit. And you know what? We can talk about that. Because
honestly, let's put a pin in it.
That's a moment like to just know like, hey, this isn't working for me, and just being real with yourself of like, okay, what else can we do with our skill set? And so that's how I got into marketing. But I knew after school that I wanted to do something with movement. And I had grown up going to Lifetime classes. And I loved them so very much. And so when I got my personal training certificate, I was just like making programming for people on the side and like teaching my friends on Zoom. So that was a big thing back then. We would do Zoom workouts, and my besties from college dance would all hop on.
I love that though.
And we would do a little workout, and they'd be like, that was so great. You should do something with this. So while I was doing a full-time job, I was also working, like you, several part-time jobs, even through COVID. So was coaching the high school dance team, working at a protein shake shop in Chanhassen so that I could save money to pay for my personal training certificate. Like that's how driven I was to go do the thing. So got that, and then actually started my teaching journey for fitness at Orange Theory. I literally walked in, we did an interview like on the benches, like we just sat in the studio on the benches, and I was like telling them about how I coached so much dance and I really wanted to get into movement, and I was a certified personal trainer, but I didn't really like the one-on-one aspect because I'm just so bubbly. I think that I would scare people one-on-one low-key. If you're not the right person for that, like that would have been really awkward.
They leave being like, I don't know, this girl's on something.
That was a moment of self-awareness though, of like knowing that like, okay, your energy's a little bigger than like maybe a one-on-one aspect. So they were like, oh my God, you've coached 1,000 kids at a time at JFK camp coaching warm-up. You can for sure teach a group fitness class. So I started doing training, and my head coach there was like my biggest role model. I wanted to be him. Like I was like, I'm not a male, but I want to be you in female form because you are so good at
Teach me your ways.
So he was a really big mentor to me in that progress of just learning how to coach. And like to the people that came to my classes at the very beginning, I'm so sorry because I'm pretty sure I was so awkward on the microphone. How are you not?
I know.
It would be just like starting a podcast for you. Like,
can you hear your voice like in the room? Oh yeah. See, I would probably get tripped out by that. Like hearing my voice as an echo. So at least this, I don't hear my voice until after.
Right. Yeah, it kind of echoes back at you. You have to manage the music volume. In that format, I was managing several groups at the same time, 2 to 3 groups at the same time of individuals. You got to make sure you have people showing up to your classes, which is a real thing. Like, how are we going to drive people? How do you make yourself somebody else's favorite coach? And so that was kind of my beginning steps of that journey. While I was doing that, I was still working at Life Touch, and I just kind of got the itch to do something different. I was always interested in sports, and I had thought maybe sports management was going to be a route for me at some point. I did several like sports-oriented classes in high school and college, so that had always been on my radar, and a position opened up at Bally Sports. I worked there for a while, learned a ton, but learned that like, that's not exactly what I wanted to do. There was a lot of like logistics on the back end where I was like, I don't know. It wasn't hitting for me. It just wasn't it. So at the same time that I was interviewing for Bally, I was interviewing for Kare 11. I ended up going with Bally first Kare 11 called me like 9 months later and was like, hey, we need somebody for this role. Would you like to come over? And I said, you know what? I'm open to the opportunity. I'm open to chatting to see what you have going on over there. And I ended up going to Kare 11 and I loved Kare 11. Like, loved it so much. It was so great. The people there were great. I got to do more like behind the scenes work in terms of like camera and being like in random commercials. Like they'd be like, we need an extra on this commercial. Can you hop in? And I'm like, oh my God, how fun. And so like Pilgrim Cleaners was like randomly one of our people, but like it was super cool and fun and just like a different experience. And so we launched like a sales-based TV show that I was a really big part of in terms of like helping the client experience and that aspect. And I had some just like really, really great people. My boss there was great. My work bestie was great. I still keep in touch with both of them.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So
because you worked there when I toured there, and you weren't there that day. You were.
I think I was working from home that day.
Yeah, you were working from home. But I literally toured, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is where Kallie works. Because I had the amazing opportunity to like go there for my my journalism class. But literally, that's so funny because that's when we first started like knowing each other.
We're like, hey girl, want to be besties?
Literally, we're like, we're exactly the same.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
So yeah, that experience was amazing. And then while I was at Kare 11, I was obviously still coaching my Orange Theory classes, and my former studio lead had come like undercover. I'm like air quoting to my my Orange Theory class, and she came to my class and then messaged me and was like, hey, you should really come check out Lifetime. And I was really familiar with Lifetime because I grew up in Chanhassen. So when she said she worked at Lifetime, I'm like, this girl works at the corporate office for sure because everybody's mom and dad that I grew up with worked at the corporate office. Seriously. I went to high school with so many people whose parents work there. So it was a very familiar concept. And I had I had big Warrior Sculpt girl when I was in high school, all the things. So I would go to dance jam on a Friday. No, I would go to flow first. Heated flow class. Oh God, yeah. And then I would go to dance jam all dripping in sweat and I would dance it off. I'm not sure what kind of idea that was.
You know, it's an idea.
But like 16-year-old me was living.
It's an idea. I don't know if I'd follow you, but like I love that you loved it.
Yeah, I was I mean, group fitness, that was like really my first taste of group fitness.
That's awesome though.
So I was very familiar, went over to the Edina Club and was like, okay, let's check this thing out. I went to her cycle class. I was like, I have cycled maybe 3 times ever before that moment, and I'm like, I don't know what just happened, but I loved it. And I loved the energy. The energy when I walked into the club was what sold me.
It was addicting.
I was like, I need this all the time.
I think I love it too because I cycle too.
Yeah,
I cycle too. I think I love it because it gives me the same adrenaline and endurance as dance. Like, there's not a lot of things that you can replicate dance like. Like, I know whenever you try to, work on your endurance during breaks for dance, like people would run, but it's not the same as running. Like it doesn't equivalate. If you're a long distance runner, that doesn't mean you can do a dance for 2 minutes straight full out and like get through
zone
it.
5.
You literally like your heart rate goes all the way up. And there was something about like cycling that actually, it was like the exact feeling that I had after I did a dance performance. I think, and with the music and with the lights and like all the chaos, like that is, I think, why I was so drawn to it. You know, it replicated it.
For sure.
I think dancers would love cycling if more of them tried it.
I think all dancers should try cycling. Totally. I teach now. Full circle, a rhythmic cycle class. And
Quinn.
Seriously, I mean,
Quinn.
like the choreography is what makes it so fun for me still to this day. So went to my first ever Lifetime Edina class and was like, this energy at this club is different. I need to be a part of it. So went over there. That was a good time. I taught GTX class, which is the running and lifting style class that I was so used to already coaching. And then I coached barbell strength, which I still love to this day. It's a very fundamental lifting class. And I just noticed over time myself every single day going, okay, how can I do this more? How can I make this my thing? Because I would sit at my desk at Kare 11 with my little headphones, my Beat headphones. I have little tiny ears, so I need the Beats. It holds them in. But yeah, I would sit there and I would be like, how can I do this full time? Because I would be listening to my music while I'm, doing some sort of like mindless Excel task where I could like listen to the music and do it
Yeah.
at the same time. And so I would listen to the music and just like get myself pumped up for my classes at
Yeah.
night. Or I would teach before work and then go to work and be like
Mm-hmm.
jazzed the rest of the day because
Yeah.
of how I felt
Yeah.
after teaching. And I learned so much through that transition of moving over to Lifetime and feeling what it feels like to be on a stage again.
Mm-hmm.
Because even though I was on a stage in dance, on a stage when teaching fitness is different. You have to mirror your class. So you're doing everything on the left first, but you're saying right. So now at this point, I'm saying, I'm like driving down the road with my boyfriend and I'm like, go left. And he's like, you're pointing right. You're pointing right.
Oh,
So that's
I'm
like a
directionally
real
challenged.
thing. Directionally challenged.
I
to
would
begin
I
with.
would be tripped up.
Yes. So that's a real thing. But there were just so many like learning moments in my first classes over there, especially in the studio, of being like, okay, you're used to being on a stage.
Yeah.
You're not used to talking to people on
Yeah.
the stage. And talking to people at 6 a.m. on a stage is a different beast because they're not going to talk back to you
they're not
at
gonna
6
talk back.
a.m.
It's 6
Like,
a.m., yeah.
they're expecting you to bring the heat, you to bring the energy, you to bring the playlist,
Yeah.
all the vibes.
And bring like make it feel like the same. You know what I mean?
No,
like
yes.
not make it feel like it's a 6 a.m. class.
Yes,
Yeah.
that. So I would sit and daydream all day at Kare 11 about how I could do fitness more and how I could make it my thing. And so I talked to my studio leader at my 1-year anniversary at Lifetime, and I'm like, I love this so much.
Yeah.
I want to know how you got into your job and how you do what you do every single day and what your day-to-day looks like. How can I do that? How can I follow your path? Because you're an inspiration to me.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, girl, you want to do this?
Let me tell you.
Let's go.
Let me tell you.
So from that moment forward, I really started learning all the formats.
Yeah.
Like literally everything. I'm like, teach me how to teach everything. I have never met a workout that I don't like. I swear. And so just learning how to teach the difference between our different brands and what kind of energy you bring in the different brands, and the heat that you bring in the bar studio is probably not the same as you bring into the cycle studio, right? They're different kinds of energy and matching members at their level. So I really got like integrated into that side of things and learning that like, oh, all forms of difference or fitness are taught different. Like you can teach all forms of fitness, but you might have to teach them differently. And your 6 a.m. members aren't the same as your 6 p.m. members. And I was already used to that. I taught 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. previously. And I just started to learn, just started to be a sponge and just soak everything up.
Totally.
My more recent format that I had picked up before I became studio leader and went full time is cycle.
Yeah.
I was like, I gotta learn how to do cycle.
Totally.
And if we're talking about dreams here, like that was a dream, and I have the most embarrassing videos on my phone of a like set up video camera on my cycle bike in like the front center cycle bike. And I would go for it for each song. And then I would record it like 9 or 10 times.
So you know what you'd look like.
And I knew exactly what it looked like, exactly what it sounded like, if it was easy to follow along with or not. And then when I felt really good about one of them, I would send them to my leader and be like, hey, can you give me some feedback on this? And I think that's my dancer self coming out again.
Yeah, totally is.
Is we're so susceptible to feedback, and we love feedback, we want feedback. Yep. I like get self-conscious if I'm not getting feedback.
And that's the thing. That's how you can tell if you're a good, I'm sorry, this may be a hot topic, but if you're a good dancer versus just a casual dancer, like if you're a good dancer, you don't take corrections poorly. Like you want corrections versus if you're someone who isn't fully in dance, you're offended, I feel like, by corrections. And I agree. Like even at work, I'm like, I literally ask my boss, I'm like, tell me what I'm doing wrong or right. You know what I mean?
How
like
can I be better?
tell me what I need to do. Tell me if you're hearing anything that I should be doing better or quicker or more efficiently or whatever. Like I need the feedback. Like I need it. I crave it. I desire it. Like that's what I want. I won't take it wrong. I won't be offended. Like I need it.
Yeah, I think it's important for your leaders in life to know that about you, because if you're like that,
and it's rare.
It is rare these days, which is really sad. But if you're like that, you need the feedback. You do. Like mentally, you need the feedback to continue to grow. So send her all those videos.
I love that though.
So cheesy. I should pull them up someday and like post one.
I just want to see them.
Well, I think I should post one just to like bring light to like, hey, this is where you started and this is how it's going. And like it is a real thing that you can suck at something at the beginning and you can get better. And it takes effort and growth and passion and perseverance to get there. But you have to decide you're going to do it better. You can't just be like, oh, yeah, I practiced once. I hope that she puts me on the schedule for a cycle.
Time.
Like, yeah, you got to put in the time.
And that's the thing, like kind of bringing it back to dance or just life in general. But like, I just feel like we have lost in a lot of ways. There are people out there like this that don't want to take the time to be good at something. Like they just want to be good at it. And I'm like, it gets frustrating because I'm like, it's never, I don't know who told you that, what you saw, but it's not like that. It's never been like that.
Hot take, I think social media has made life like that. Like people look at it and they're like, oh, instant results.
Yes.
Like I want that instant gratification. Who doesn't?
Even like vitamins and supplements and this, like they're like, I want things like instantly, this way, that way. I want to feel this way, you know, at this point in time, I want to see the change right away. I'm like, okay, why has time and taking the time for something to work for you ever become a bad thing?
Preach.
Literally, when did that change to being such a bad thing?
Right.
Like, I'm like, oh my God.
It's literally, I mean, with anything, it takes time and it's a self-growth journey.
Totally.
So even when I was taking on new formats and learning new things, the self-growth journey was so big.
It was.
Because as much as I thought that maybe I had mastered teaching barbell strength, the second I started teaching like warrior sculpt, my barbell strength cues got better. Because you have to be so breath to movement and really fixating on like where exactly do I need them at every exact moment in that class, where there's maybe a little bit more wiggle room in barbell. But my barbell strength cues got better when I was able to pick up shred and max out and warrior sculpt and cycle.
I literally just did an episode, like literally the episode coming out this week, which you guys will have already seen this episode. But I literally was talking about how it's like you can't just go and make a drastic change. Like I was talking about how you learn more about yourself when you acquire little things over time. And we want to have everything figured out like immediately and have everything, you know, planned immediately. And it's like you need those little things. Like you learn more when you break things up in little increments, and like that's when you get the most out of like yourself and your money and what you want for your life, is when you take the little increments and you take all that you can from the little increments versus focusing on the huge change, the huge experience, like whatever it is that you want. Like the little increments is when you learn all of your like I don't know, the little
basics.
Things about yourself. Yes.
It's like
break it down to basics.
Adding it into your tool belt. That's what I talk about in fitness.
Oh, yeah.
Is like every format. It's like adding something new to your tool belt.
Totally.
That's it.
But we've become so difficult where we don't want time to be this longevity. Like we want immediate change. Yeah. We've become so impatient. And I'm like, bruh, chill. Like it will get there. You know what I mean? But people don't like that. No. A lot of people don't like that. A lot of students don't like that. A lot of dancers don't like that. And just a lot of people that even like day-to-day adults like don't like that.
Amen.
So sad.
Preach.
Because that's something that you can't really teach.
No. Like you have to be patient.
You have to be patient to acquire that, but also like, I don't know. You know what I mean? It's a fundamental thing. It's like how you grew up almost, right? Don't you think?
Yeah. I think that it's something taught. But I think the word like relentless comes to mind, of like, what are you willing to do to make the things happen? For example, in my cycling journey, what are you willing to sacrifice? Well, I was willing to sacrifice an hour and a half every single Tuesday after I taught my barbell class. I would go and practice for an hour and a half. Yeah. And I would just see the cues and I'd mess up over and over and over and over again. And that's how like you get better at something. Like you have to be so self-aware. You have to be relentless. Watching that tape back was obviously always helpful, but just not willing to give up, I think, is an important part about following the dreams.
Yeah. How do you think that group fitness has now, like kind of being where you are now, has made you into the person that you are?
I like this question.
Thank you.
Well, just to fast forward, I guess, I ended up going full-time in fitness, obviously. Yeah. My studio leader was like, hey, do you want me my assistant? And I was like, yes, I would love to. what do the logistics look like? Because obviously I have very like traditional parents. I love them to death. But my dad was like, you got to ask a lot of questions before you do this, my friend. Like I was at that point, I had owned a home. So thinking about paying a mortgage and like just like the reality of being an adult human came into play for sure.
Yeah.
So ended up doing the mathing things out and became her assistant and taught like probably like 10 to 12 classes a week.
Yeah.
At that point. And so I was obviously in heaven when that point hit, because
and did you still have Kare at this time, or did you already quit at this point? Okay.
That's the point
That's
where
when you quit.
I went full time at Lifetime.
Okay.
And I put all my eggs in the fitness basket.
You were like, I'm so sorry, bye.
Yeah, and that was really hard too.
Yeah.
The tears at the end of the day at that job was real. They were so for real. The relationships were real, but they all were like cheering me on so big, because they were like, this is your passion. This is where you're supposed to be. So I had so much faith in myself because of all of the people cheering me on, that it made it a little bit less scary. So went full time with Lifetime, assistant, and then working, teaching a bunch of classes. Then my studio leader was like, and I'm probably going to move. I have this dream about opening a brand new club and staffing a team from the ground up. And I think that it's time to make that happen. And I was like, okay, so you're going to go chase that dream. And I'm going to go chase my dream by applying to your role at Lifetime. I ended up getting the studio leader role, and that was like, holy crap, pinch me.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah.
Am I okay?
Literally. How'd this happen?
How did we get here? So that was really, really, really exciting. And group fitness truly has shaped me into the person I am today.
Yeah.
Because of the way it makes myself and others feel. It's the connections for me. Like the opportunity to impact somebody's life every single day does not go past me once. I've been saying this a lot in classes recently. At the end of class when we're stretching, you have almost 300 classes to choose from a week at our club. Thank you for choosing mine. It doesn't go past me that you have busy lives, that your time is so valuable. Thank you for putting yourself first and moving with me. And thank you for choosing me. Because I think that together, we're just better. We're better when we're moving together. The energy, the connections that I've made. Like, I've made so many friends with our amazing member base at the club. It's been just like truly inspiring. And that's exactly why I started group fitness. I mean, my whole impact, like the way group fitness has impacted my life has evolved to even more intense feelings than how it started. But no, none of the feelings are different. The energy, the connections, the relationships, the community, like filling other people's cups fills my cup. And that's a blessing and a curse as a human for sure, because people are like, are you well? You're doing a lot right now. And I'm like, no, this is me on my high. Like I am living. This is the best. And so I don't think that anything's changed with how it makes me feel. I think it's only intensified, if that makes sense.
100%. How, because this is also a thing too, where like I feel this too, doing so many things that you love to do, like that gives you energy, especially when you're living your dream. But let's be real, like we are humans and we have bad days and things happen and dogs die, like, you know what I mean? Like things happen and it affects you. Like we are meant to feel. How do you still feel, you know, passionate when like those days hit, you know what I mean? Like, is it just like, do you have like a routine that kind of puts you in the mood? Is it just the experience itself that like gives you that happiness and that energy? Like, literally.
For sure. I mean, I hate to admit it, but I've taught with like a migraine. I've taught like right after I threw up. Like those are real things that have happened. And I'm not necessarily like proud of that, but that's a real thing. Like your teachers are experiencing things in life just like you are, and sometimes they might show up and they're not feeling 100% because they're sick or they have a fever or things happen. And I just think that like the idea of I get to versus I have to comes into play for me. Like I get to do this. I get to put a microphone on my face and like say some words that might hit somebody. And that somebody might need that today. And so I think the I get to versus I have to mentality is real. I think getting a really good coffee is a real thing. That can
treating
change
yourself.
Your mood. I think that also playing your favorite song as loudly as you can on the drive. I mean, Pitbull can do different things to me.
I was literally gonna ask.
Hotel, Motel, Holiday Inn.
I was literally gonna ask
cried
what's your
at his
favorite.
concert. to that song. That is my biggest fun fact in life, is that I went to his concert and literal tears down my face.
Everyone else
song.
is dancing. Callie's
I'm
just
bawling.
crying.
It's not a sad song.
No.
It's actually like low-key. I don't want to talk about the meaning behind the song. It's actually not great.
No, yeah.
But like, the
it
way
gives
music
you energy.
feels
Yes.
is
Oh
just a
gosh.
good thing. So yeah,
Music is
that.
healing. Music is healing.
I would say, obviously, for me, the good days outweigh the bad, but I've learned about myself that I did have to set boundaries.
Yeah.
I did recently, in the last year and a half, 2 years, have to stop coaching high school dance team so that I could really like put myself first, draw the boundary, draw the line.
Give it all.
I'm doing way less dance stuff.
Yeah.
Because I'm following my dream in other areas. And that's not me saying like, oh, I had to give up these things.
Yeah.
This is me being like 27, almost 28-year-old me, and like realizing like, holy crap, I was coached in all of growing up truly to like be busy every single day of the week and have technique classes and ballet classes and strength training classes and conditioning classes and in college lifting and performances, and like the list goes on and on.
Yeah, we're
and
insane.
we were wired to go
We're
and
insane.
this role finally taught me how to like pause.
Yeah.
And like be exactly where your feet are. My previous boss, he always told me I needed to learn how to say no when I started. Yeah. He's like, if you're going to do this full time and you're going to be in it for the long haul, you got to learn how to say no.
Yeah.
And so he kept telling me, your word of the year is no. Say no. And I was like, yeah, okay.
As I say yes.
Yeah, I'm going to say yes.
Yes.
When you're a yes person,
Yeah.
and you're a little bit of a people pleaser.
Me.
Not even a little bit.
You
a lot
are.
of bit of a people pleaser. And you care so much about other people.
Yeah.
Saying no
So
is
hard.
one of the hardest things.
It's very much impossible sometimes. Like, you will do everything in your power to make something work, even if it kills you.
Even if you're like sleeping for like 3 hours. 4
Exactly.
hours. Like,
Yeah.
and that's not something I'm proud that I was doing at one
Yeah.
point. But if I can say anything, like following my dream, getting into the role that I like literally dreamed about forever, that taught me to be right where my feet are. Be where your feet are.
Yeah.
Be thankful for what you have today.
Yeah.
You don't know what tomorrow brings. You don't know what the next day brings. Be where your feet are.
Yeah.
So I think that that's a really important thing that I've learned over the past like 2 years.
Yeah.
Oh my God, of being full time in fitness.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Look at that, though.
Time flies.
No, seriously. We put a pin in the conversation where one of your dreams failed, or you had to give up on a dream. Not failed. You had to give up on a dream. Can we go back to that and like what you learned about that? Because I think that's also such a real thing. Or just even the idea that like sometimes dreams end up changing and like they're not exactly what you think that they would be. So you kind of have to move with the dream, you know?
Right.
Or you have to sometimes let go of dreams, you know, that kind of a thing.
Yeah.
What did that kind of teach you and kind of explain like that scenario and,
Yeah.
and how it also just, you know, ended up shaping you to find a new dream,
Right.
you know?
No, seriously, I think it brings me full circle.
Yeah.
For me, my dream, especially in high school, I would do like those like career tests.
Yeah.
Because they would make you, and I'm like, oh, okay,
What
I'll
do I
do the
do?
career test.
What am I going to do
What
for the
am I-
rest of my life?
No, literally, you're making me decide what I'm doing with the rest of my life. And I'm
Yeah.
in 10th grade
Yeah.
taking these tests.
I don't
have
know what
no
I'm doing
idea.
tomorrow. I don't know, like, bruh.
And every time I took a test, literally, I don't know what I ate for breakfast this morning, TBH. Every time I took the test, though, it would always say, like, physical therapist was, like, the number one thing I should do.
Okay.
I think just my love for people and my love for movement and the way I
And your
answered
body.
those questions
Yeah.
probably led to those answers over and over and over again. So for me, it was a no-brainer. I was going to St. Thomas or Mankato, and I was going to be a physical therapist somehow. And I knew that required extra school, and that wasn't something I was afraid of because I'm kind of a go-getter. I think, okay, actually, I woke up this morning and I looked at my wall, and I realized that I have the most perfect wall hanging in my house that describes, like, a dream chaser, because I've always kind of been a forward-thinking person.
Yeah.
Like, I've always thought about, like, what's next?
Yeah.
What's next?
Yeah.
I'm where my feet are
Yeah.
right now. Like,
Yeah.
I'm definitely here.
Totally.
I've arrived.
Totally.
We've arrived.
Yes. Yeah.
But this is laying above my bed. Dream until your dreams come true.
Oh, that's perfect above your bed, too.
And like, I'm like, oh my God, this is so full circle. So it's a
Yes.
sidebar. Like,
Yeah.
that's a real thing. I feel like if you're like a go-getter and
Yeah.
like anything, I can do anything I set my mind to
Yep.
person, like you're really that way. So
Yep.
when I was like, I want to be a physical therapist, my parents were like, there's no doubt she's going to be a physical
Yeah.
therapist. She's going to make all this stuff happen. And that's just how I was always wired.
Yeah.
And I started doing the classes, and I did really well in anatomy because my interest in that, and we would have like lab exams, you guys, with cats. We had to dissect a cat.
I
cried.
Stuff like that.
We named him Garfield, and I cried.
I remember, you know, in high school when you'd like have to dissect a toad.
Yes.
Or like I don't even remember what we dissected, but I actually was ill. Like I had a partner and I was like, I'm not touching this. Like I'm not touching this. I'm gonna actually throw up. I'm feeling sick to my stomach. I hate this. I hate all of this. Like, this is just not me. This is disgusting.
Yeah.
And some people are like, this is so cool. And I'm like, great, do my work for me. I'm sorry. Like, no, tell me what to write down. Yeah. I'm not touching that. I can't stand the smell. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm not a science person. Did
the cat in college. I cried when we cut open Garfield, and then it was okay because I was like looking at his muscles and his bones and like all the things, and I was like, oh, okay, this is how the body works. I'm getting it. I'm understanding the assignment.
Yeah.
So got into a chemistry class, and I will fully say out loud, I was epically failing that class. Like, not even in a like cute, like, oh you can get better at it. It was bad. Yeah. I was so confused, and truthfully, I did not care about the cells. Like, I was one of those kids in college that was like, I care about like what we're doing on Friday night. Like, I don't want to sit in the library and look at cells that I can't see. Like, that was making me so mad. I learned in that moment that I'm a very like visual person. Like, if I see it, I can understand it. Like, we have to dive into this a different day, but the iCloud, I don't understand in my phone because I can't see it. I can't believe I'm admitting that in real life.
No, because why do I have the same thought? I actually have the same thought. I hate the iCloud.
When I can't see it, I don't understand
and
it.
It's hard for me to trust it. I'm like,
I'm paying $10 a month for God knows what. Like, nobody knows. I don't know where it's going. I'm always out of storage.
We have beef with the iCloud.
Like, that's a whole tangent for a different day. But, like, if I can't see it, it's just not going to click in the brain.
No, I think that's more people relate to that. Maybe.
You know what? Please let me know if you do.
Leave a comment below if you hate the iCloud. You don't understand.
You don't understand. No comprendo.
You have beef with iCloud.
So
that was the most random thing.
I know, but, like, relatable as heck. Like,
no, it is.
It's a real thing.
Too. No, it is.
So, yeah, in that moment, chemistry class, I can't understand the things I can't see. Period.
Yeah.
Period. Yeah. So I decided to drop that chemistry class. Still a full-time student because I had more than enough credits. And I'm like, I'm going to take this semester with my 13 credits or whatever it was to be like minimal full-time. Yeah. And I'm going to meet with the guidance counselors and the career counselors, and I'm going to take more career tests, and I'm going to figure out what the heckity heck I'm supposed to do with my life.
Yeah, for real.
Spent a lot of time with my dad on the phone because my dad... He is a very big inspiration. He's a business owner, an entrepreneur, just a really, really smart businessman. And I was like, Dad, I know you always know what's best for me. Like, he told me before I even like was truly looking at Mankato, I think that's a great option for you. And lo and behold, he was a big Maverick Dance fan.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
So just like he's always been a good mentor of just like asking the real world questions too, and being like, why is this the way it is, or what should I do? So of course called ring ring, Dad.
Yeah, literally immediately.
SOS. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to go to extra school after college. I think I'm like going to be ready to hit the ground running because again, forward thinking, dream chaser. I want to go make money. Like I was hitting that point where I was like, oh, reality is I'll just have to go pay for more school. Great, which is great for some people, but I didn't love classes that much to be doing that. So he was like, I mean, honestly, I think you'd be really good in business. Yeah. And I would be able to mentor you a lot in that. And I was like, yeah, okay. took the test.
Took the bait, yeah.
I talked to, you know, the counselors and guidance counselors, career counselors, shadowed, you know, X amount of people, was like, do I want to be a nurse? Do I want to be a teacher? What do I want to be? Like, I literally started from ground zero. Yeah. And ended up marketing. I was like, you know what? I think he's right. I think I can use my communication skills to my advantage here. I think I'm really interested in like the brands, and advertising was a big step. So that's when I kissed the dream goodbye of becoming a physical therapist. But then in that moment was the dream starting to kind of, I don't know, bubble up about like how I wanted to use movement in my life still. Yeah. Whether it was through dance or fitness. I wasn't really sure at that point. I was a freshman in college. I feel like I, again, was worried about like what my friends were doing this weekend.
Yeah. But it's like, I
a real
think
thing.
it's so important though. Like, I think it is necessary to say goodbye to certain dreams because not all of them are going to meet you where you are in the future. You know what I mean? And I think when you said goodbye to that dream, little did you know at that point that this is where you'd be now. Like, you probably hoped and dreamed like you'd be doing something, but you didn't know specifically what it
God, no.
was.
I had no idea that I'd
Literally.
end up full-time in movement.
Yes.
And like have this amazing, humongous community
Yeah.
of people around me that I could be like moving together to the beat of music too. Like, I feel like there's so much serotonin in moving together.
There really is. Dopamine,
and just like the dopamine hit is for
the addiction.
real.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm addicted.
If you could tell yourself at that point anything about your life now, or like just any advice, or just say anything to your younger self, what would you say?
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, my younger self would be screaming.
Yeah.
If she knew what I was doing full time. I get to do what I love every day.
Mm-hmm.
I have a team of amazing instructors, which I can't even begin to start about, or I might cry, honestly. Like, they make the world go round.
Mm-hmm.
But if I could tell my younger self one thing, it'd be trust your gut.
Yeah.
Trust your gut. Make the moves you got to make.
Mm-hmm.
Do the things that you truly feel like you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about other people's opinion. Don't worry about what people think of you. That's a big thing as a people pleaser. Worrying about what people think of you.
It really is.
I was so worried about what people would think of me if I went full-time in fitness and chased that dream of like, oh, is she really giving up on business? And I'm like, oh no, you don't even know. Like, we are business owners within the business.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm using all those skills that I needed, and I didn't even realize I would be doing that. I think that was kind of a misconception of like people would think differently of me, and I just like trust your gut. You know inside your gut what's best for you. Relationships, jobs, dreams, like chase them. Chase them with your gut, because if you're chasing them with your head and what you think you're supposed to be doing, I would still be selling advertising, and that's not anything against selling advertising. I actually really enjoyed it.
But was it for you?
I just really found fitness was my jam.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
That it is so inspirational, because I think it's so easy to get stuck. It's so easy to get stuck. It's so easy to have an idea or see potential in something, but then never actually seek it. And I think like that's where I'm kind of at right now, where I'm like, I do love my job. Like, I love the people I'm around. Like, I don't mind what I'm doing, but I do know that like I want to find my passion and my pursuit. And I know it's not like dancing, or it's not just coaching. Like, I want that in my life. And like podcasting has become such a big thing for me. But it's like, it truly is like the fear of, where do I go from here, and how do I change things up when things become so comfortable? Like, if you stayed where you were just because you could, you know, like because it's comfortable, it's a routine, it's like it's where you're at right now, it's where your feet are, you know, versus taking that risk and starting all over again. Like, that's a common, not easy thing to do. And I'm at the point now where I'm like, I've been in my job for like a year. I love it. It's fine. Like, it's great. Where can I go from here? And how do I take that risk to like find my dream?
I call that the made for more concept in my life. Like, I'm made for more. Yeah. I would always say that. Like, I'm made for more than what I'm doing right now. How can I be better? Yeah. And that's maybe a chronic like perfectionist take on it. Yeah. But how can I be more? Literally, yeah. How can I now these days it's like, how can I improve my group fitness classes? How can I bring our program to the top? What can I do to be just a little bit better? And I think that like when you have that concept in the front of your mind, you're basically unstoppable. So wherever your life takes you, I feel like you have that made for more mindset where you're like, okay, I like where I am. And I want to progress forward. I want to keep doing bigger, better, more impactful things. Because I think between both of us, our personalities and our energies are kind of made for like inspiring others and impacting others. And we're both fulfilled by impacting others. So it's like, okay, how can you take your skill set and use it to elevate and impact others? Yeah, totally. That's so inspirational. I'm clipping that. You're so cute. I'm clipping that. You'll see that in the video like recaps. Collab during the week of me monetizing and marketing this. Oh my gosh. On top of everything that you do, you also have a life, which is crazy. What? You have a relationship, you have a family, you travel a ton. How do you do it all, Kallie? And how do you like continue to like learn more about yourself? It's a good question. How do I do it all?
How do you do it all?
I'm still learning every single day how to do it all. And I think the key to that is not putting too much pressure on yourself to do it all.
Yeah.
Being able to say no, like we talked about earlier, like the idea of it's okay to say no. It's okay to protect your peace.
Yeah.
Learning that a lot about myself right now is just protecting my peace. And no, I don't want to go out. I'm going to stay in and read a book tonight. Or I'm learning how to watch movies. I am so ADHD beyond belief that watching movies is very hard for me. I do have a squirrel brain. So like learning how to have those peaceful moments I think are important. Michael lives with me at my house, which is like so fun. My boyfriend. And I think that that's been also a really good like tool for me to be like, no, I'm good. I'm gonna stay in and we're gonna cook dinner and like just be like normal people together.
Totally.
It has been difficult with my family mostly living in Florida at this point.
Oh yeah.
That definitely adds some complications to like making the family part of it super accessible. But I think we do a good job. Like I literally talk to my mom, dad, sister multiple times a week. Yeah. My sister every single day.
I love that. Yeah.
Like I'll call her and be like, what's new, girly pop? And so we hang out on FaceTime like we would hang out like you and I right
literally.
Now. Honestly,
that's
it's such a vibe.
Long distance relationship.
No, literally. And I mean, my boyfriend and I were in a long distance relationship.
Yeah, you guys
so
were.
I feel like I actually kind of know how to do that with my family.
Yeah.
From like doing that
from
with
your
Michael
experience.
and my experience with that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like Michael and I do a really good job of just like being like, okay, this is our plans for the weekend. We love like hanging out with our friends. We went bowling last night. That was so fun. Yeah. But like we have real human stuff happen too. We had to tear out our wood floors yesterday because we're getting new floors on Tuesday because of flood. So like real life stuff happens. And I think the idea of just like not putting too much pressure on yourself to be everywhere at all times and just say no, that's okay. Yeah. It's okay to say no. In terms of travel, I love traveling. I love traveling when I can. Like literally I have glitter in my eyes right now. I love it so much. The beach, like it calls my name, honestly.
Hey, when your family's in Florida.
Yeah, it's really easy to do that when your family's in Florida. That. So we go every Thanksgiving to my family. Every April I go for my birthday to see my family. Amazing. And then they come back. Yeah. I've been on several bachelorette trips. So, I mean, just making it work when you can. Because I remind myself, like, you're only young like this once.
Totally.
You only have these opportunities once because, well, I would hope, like, your friends are only going to get married once. Yeah. Like, those kind of things.
That's so true. That's
a real thing.
Yeah.
And so being able to put aside that time right now.
Yeah.
Knowing that it's temporary.
Committing to it.
I think that that's important. And being there for your friends on their special moments and special days is important to me, too.
I love that.
But yeah, balance is hard.
It's really hard
to find. And it's never going to be perfectly balanced.
Yeah.
Some weeks you're going to have more work life happen. And some weeks you're going to have something in your real life happen where you have to pivot and that weighs a little bit heavier on your mind and your body. But I think it's just the idea of not putting too much pressure on yourself to be everywhere at once. Because trust me, girl was doing that for a long time.
It's not doable.
And it's not sustainable.
Yeah.
It's really not sustainable. So I think in the last year, my first year as studio lead, I was just really getting my feet underneath myself and understanding the vibe. And year two, I've learned how to not put too much pressure on myself in my outside of work life of like protecting my peace and having boundaries with what I say yes to.
I love that.
And the people that choose me, like you choose them back.
Yeah. In your, like, and kind of moving into our third chunk too of just like your life, like what do you think your next dream has become? Like for you and like outside of work, outside of dance, outside of this, like I know it's a deep question so you can think about it, but like I think I've been really dwelling too on like the person that I'm becoming and like the dreams that I have for myself internally and like with my heart. And like, for example, one of my dreams is like, you know, it's not necessarily like an act, but it's just like my relationship with Jesus, right? Like my faith, like that's a big dream for me. It's just like to continue to pursue that. And like internally, outside of all the noise, outside of all the things that we do in our day, like I think the relationship with ourself is such a big dream. You know what I mean? And you do so much that like, I know you spend a lot of time with yourself as well. And so what's your next dream, Kallie?
I love that. Okay, so if we're talking internal dreams, which I think we should instead of career and all of that, because there's definitely dreams there. But internal dreams, I've again, relationship with Jesus and going to church every weekend. And if we're not going, we're watching it on our TV in our living room, very intentionally sitting down and watching. I think that a Christ-centered relationship is super important to me.
Yeah.
So just Michael and I spending that time together, and just taking in whatever might be the message for the week. And some weeks obviously hit harder than others based off of what's happening in your real life.
Yep.
But I do think that's super important to me in a journey that we're on right now and working together on. My other one is honestly just like being okay being alone and like just being okay with no plans. I'm really learning how to get better at that.
It's a hard thing, especially as us, what you were saying earlier, like you grow up with like go to practice, go to this, go to that, homework, this that club, another club, you know, like you're constantly literally like we're so used to that, which is a good thing, but it's also such a negative thing because we struggle to enjoy stillness. And like I honestly would rather have that than like someone who never wants to do anything. But stillness is so necessary.
Yeah. So learning stillness. I've been reading books.
Okay, queen.
So fun.
She's a reader.
She's a reader. And like if High School Me were listening, they would be like, what the hee-haw is going on? You're reading a book by choice? Are you well? Are you okay?
That's
but just finding that like little moment, little escape. I'm like super unashamed to like my favorite coffee shop is Rustica in Edina or Smith in Eden Prairie. So good. But like I'm so unashamed to like go there and sit by myself and have like
Self-date.
a full-on breakfast by myself and like
I need
just
to do
there.
that.
I love doing that.
That's been a trend of like taking yourself to the movies, taking yourself out to dinner. Like, bruh, I should do that more because I like to do that. It's a self-date. Like
being with yourself and just like thinking about like I think about like all the blessings I have kind of in those moments of like, especially as it gets warmer here in Minnesota, I love sitting outside at Smith. Like it's my favorite thing ever. And so going there, sitting outside, having my avocado toast and a iced almond milk latte.
Avocado toast.
Period.
Avocado toast.
So good. So like, and just thinking about like how abundant our life is and how blessed we are.
So true.
I think that that's like a personal like self-development journey I'm on. And then I have three apparently. I have three is I want to create more than I consume on the internet. So I've been putting a limiter on my social media intake.
Okay, good.
And when I go on or I have to like bypass the limiter, it's because I'm posting like a weekly schedule for fitness or something like that. But I've noticed that like my time by myself and even my time with Michael or time at home has been different and definitely a little bit more valuable when I can just put that limiter on my social media and say, okay, we're done with TikTok for the day. Goodbye, TikTok. Love you. But then also like, how can I be creative and how can I create something out of what I'm doing today?
Yeah. Totally.
And how can I post it? And like maybe somebody will take something out of it. So a little bit of all three of those I would say are my personal like dreams right now.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. It's a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Like literally a little bit of everything.
Little sugar, little spice.
Like literally we're everywhere.
The whole enchilada.
I've never heard that.
Oh wait, you haven't?
I've never heard that.
Oh my god, I say it all the time.
That's my first time experiencing that from you. That's
that.
So
No, it's the whole
funny.
enchilada. Like
I love it.
A little bit of Jesus, a little bit of personal growth.
Yes.
And a little bit of like how can I be more creative in my life?
Beautiful. That's fantastic. I love that. I have to end this because we are literally this is probably going to be straight up 2 hours long,
this
which
is the
I told
longest
you.
Thing ever.
I told you. And I warned them too. I said that these are going to be super long because they wanted guests. I'm giving you guests.
And we're going to yap.
If I'm going to do anything with my guests, it's yap. Okay. These are fun questions. Okay. So these can go rapid fire.
Okay.
Or like whatever.
Okay.
What would you say your spirit animal is?
Ooh. Can I say Pitbull? Mr. Worldwide. Is that allowed? Because that's my spirit animal.
Yeah.
No, I'm actually like,
that's so funny.
You guys, if you haven't seen him in concert, I'm gonna cry because I can't go to his Minnesota one. But like, he's actually an inspiration, y'all. He has some good stuff to say. He helps schools. Like, he's I might cry talking about him.
Kallie loves Pitbull. Noted.
Not to be confused with the dog. It is the human, the bald man that sings. Thank you very much.
What is it, Mr. Worldwide?
Mr. Worldwide.
Okay, that's the best answer I think you ever, like, you could have said. I literally think that's the best answer ever.
It was so quick, too.
Oh my god, yeah. Literally immediate answer. Can I say Pipple? Mr. Worldwide. Awesome. What is the biggest lesson you have learned about yourself?
To slow down.
Yeah.
Period.
Just slow down.
Slow down.
Mm-hmm.
Put yourself first. Slow down.
I love
People
that.
pleasers need to learn how to slow down.
I love that. That's facts. I'm a people pleaser, so I get that.
Mm-hmm.
What song do you think perfectly describes you?
Well, I can't say Hotel Motel because that's a little naughty. Song that perfectly describes you.
Mm-hmm. I know, it's kind of like a hard one, sorry. At the top of your head, it's kind of hard, but...
I have so many savage ones I could be saying right now.
You should.
I feel like I'm gonna say like a Luke Combs or Morgan Wallen song, like something slow.
Yeah.
I like Love Somebody kind of comes up in
The
my
empath
mind.
in you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanna love somebody. Yeah, so good.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Okay, amazing.
I'm so sorry for singing.
You say, no, they know I sing. They know I sing. Every other sentence, I'm like, yeah. I love that your spirit animal is Pipple, and then the song describes you as like a slow Luke. You get
help.
everything with Kallie.
The whole enchilada, like I said.
Enchilada. Okay. On days that you feel like it's too much, what do you do for yourself?
Can I say something that you might want to cut out?
Sure.
I'm gonna be so honest.
Do it.
I like fill up a nice little bubble bath, and I have my Olipop in a wine glass, literally just like this. And I sit my butt in the bubble bath with my Epsom salt.
Yes.
And I just like sit.
I wouldn't dare cut that out. That literally
Like,
more people need a bubble bath.
There's hot takes about baths, but like
Bruh, if you don't like a bath, I'm sorry.
That is a relaxing
bath is
moment.
amazing.
Like if I've
Yes.
taught, if I'm subbing classes for instructors that are sick, it's like January was hecka sick season. Like there's a lot of stuff going around.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, woo, my body and brain need a break.
Yeah.
Bubble bath with an Olipop in a wine glass. Very specific.
I love that. Mm-hmm. I feel like I know the answer to this. What's your dream concert?
Okay, actually.
For a loop. Something completely different.
So I think about this like on the weekly, actually. And I would like a 3-person collaboration, like more of a festival concert, if you will. And that's like a really, really hot take because it would be Pitbull, obviously. I don't think I need to say anything else. Morgan Wallen would for sure be there too. I mean, like if I could meet a couple famous people, they would be 2 of them.
Okay.
And then I need like somebody else that's gonna like bring the spice, like a Cardi B energy kind of like.
Okay, you're onto something. I think this needs to be a concert.
No,
this
needs to be a festival. Like an outdoor festival more so.
This needs to be a thing though, like combining the genres.
Yeah. So that would be my concert. You're all invited.
Birthday bash. We invite all 3 of them.
Don't tempt me with a good time.
That's hilarious. And I'm not that
I'm
surprised.
being so serious too. So
no,
it's kind of
I know
funny.
you are.
I think it's funnier because I'm so serious.
You are so dead serious. And the fact that you think about this
Wallen.
often. Yeah.
My 3rd one's kind of up in the air. But like somebody that brings kind of like baddie energy.
Yeah, Tate McRae.
Like, oh.
Would she be iconic?
Yes. Yes.
Get a little dance in there,
she might be added. I also sometimes have moments where it's Bruno Mars. Like, you
oh,
never know.
Oh, he's a king.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like Versace on the floor.
Get it, girl.
Get it, girl. Okay, last question. Thinking about all the dreams that you've had, what do you think is one that you're most proud of? I know that's like so hard to choose, but I feel like it could be multiple, but is there one that you're just so proud of?
I mean, more recently, current me is most proud of following my dreams to go full-time in fitness because it was scary, obviously, to leave such a stable corporate situation. Like, you know exactly when you're working every single day. And like right now, my schedule can just be up in the air. Like tomorrow, I'm doing something different that I usually do on Mondays. But I'm so proud of myself for chasing that dream because I feel like there's a lot of people that don't or wouldn't. And I am just proud of chasing that dream and going for it for me and for nobody else. And that's the dream. That's the dream I'm proud of.
I love that. I'm so happy that you came on.
Oh, I'm so happy to be here. Honestly, when you texted me and you were like, hey,
you want to come on the podcast?
Do you want to be on the podcast for my dreams section? I was like, oh my God, I am so honored. No. Like, what an honor that you thought of me.
Girl, how could I not
your dreams.
think
that
of you?
That was the sweetest thing ever.
Oh my gosh. You were literally, you and Whitney were two, and my dad, who's next week. You guys were non-negotiables for me. I was like, I need you to come on. Like, I need you to come on.
So sweet.
Because we've talked about this. Like, we are very similar. You are not only such a good friend, but you are like a mentor and an idol in my life. And I'm just like, I don't even mean to like flatter you. I'm serious. Like, it's one of those things as dancers, we're always looking up to people, you know, like you always have the seniors when you're like a freshman on the team. And I'm like, that's how I feel like our relationship is. It's just like the best kind of relationship, but one that is so genuine that I can look up to you and like ask you for advice. And it's like in so many different areas. Like it's not just about dance. It's like everything in our life. And so it was a non-negotiable, a no-brainer for me. You are someone who I wanted to have on, and I'm so happy that like my listeners get to experience the spark and the spunk that is Kallie Miller.
She's a little sassy.
She is a little sassy. We all have our sassy moments. You know the vibe. But before we end today, do you have anything you want to leave the people with? It's okay if you kind of said it all, but
I think I like really said it all. I mic dropped that.
Yeah.
I don't think I have anything more. Just
that.
like honestly, this is so cheesy, but seriously,
I love
like
cheese.
Put your dreams into action. Go get them.
Yeah.
Go get them, Tiger, because
don't
there's
question
nothing
yourself.
you can't
do.
Yeah. The only limit is you. I say that a lot in class. You are the only limit. Like, you are the person that decides when your max is.
Yeah.
But if you kind of leave that uncapped, you can do anything.
I love that. What a great mic drop.
Mic drop.
If you're anything, you're motivational.
Oh,
very motivational.
It's like I teach group fitness. It's like I tell people to run faster every week.
Literally. And people listen because they're inspired.
They listen and they don't judge.
And then they hate you because they have to run. Oh my gosh. True. Well, you guys, we are putting this into a close. This is seriously probably the longest episode. I don't know. This might cap last week's. This might cap
I'm embarrassed.
No, we said to each other this was going to be a yap session. This was going to be a long episode, and I'm so happy it is. I have no shame. Listen to it in chunks if you have to. I do not care. As long as you listen to the full thing, because there's something that you can take and relate to every single point in this video. And I'm so happy and honored that Kallie was able to come on today. Please follow her on everything. Your socials are
at Kallie_Miller.
Yes.
Hey.
And go experience her fullness in her life at Lifetime in Edina.
Yes.
Miss Girl.
Slide in my DMs. Come be my guest.
As you heard, you literally, she teaches everything. She literally does everything. So anything that you want at Lifetime, Kallie can give you literally the best experience ever.
Oh, you're so sweet.
But this has been such a fantastic episode. I love every single one of you. I am so happy that you were able to join us today, and I will talk to you so very soon. Bye.
Bye.